And good evening, folks. So we're doing some Train Sim World for tonight. And give me a couple seconds. Let me finish setting up here. Alright, I got ambushed with an update right before I was ready to go live. So I put our setup a little bit off and put us a little bit off schedule, but seems to be up and running now. Alright, I think we're okay. Alright, so we haven't played this in a couple weeks. But based on our last stream of this, I think I'm actually interested in going back to the Boston line. Kind of at the end of our last stream, we took a look at one of the routes, one of the jobs on the Boston route based on it being given to us in quick play. So looked like kind of an odd setup, but I want to go back to it and see if we can get that job and play it through. Alright, so I did make a note of what that service was. Let's see if we can find it. I assume it's a timetable service. I'm not sure Quick Play gives us anything other than timetable services. I don't know if it will also give you scenarios or not, but let's find out. So, which one am I looking for? I have two liveries here? Oh, one of them's the 50th anniversary Amtrak livery. And hello, King. Welcome. Happy Friday to you as well. How you doing? Man, you're right on time, King. Just getting started. Starting a little late, but yeah, just getting started. You know what? Let me go back. Let's see if we can get the same job with the anniversary livery. So it's Northeast Regional number 66. Boston to Depot. 814. It's this one. It's this one. Okay. Found it. King says, doing good. How are you? Doing good, King. I was trying to start about a half hour ago, but we got ambushed with an update to Train Some World here. So I couldn't play it without applying the update. You know, Steam kind of holds you captive until you do the update. So I had to wait for the update to complete. But that's what I get for not testing it earlier in the day, I guess. Knowing that I was going to stream today. Alright, so let's see. Today is October 28th. Why don't we do this in real time? So we'll do light clouds. Alright, so can I do this multiple times during the day? Boston, Northeast Regional number 66. Hope you had a good week, King. How's everything? Okay, so it looks like they run this several times during the day. I've seen same service with a different time of day. Yeah, reverse this train around the loop, then store it up in Southampton Yard. Okay, so this is a post-passenger service run, it sounds like. So I could do this at different times during the day. Let's see if we can try this in the evening, like later. So here's 6:49 p.m. Everything's good, no complaints? That's cool. So King, how about my Philly sports teams, huh? I know you said the Eagles. You mentioned the Eagles last stream, but now Eagles are still undefeated, and Philly, as a matter of fact, are playing tonight in the World Series. I think they were the last seed, and they're in the World Series. So yeah, good things happening up here. Let's see, 6:49 is that one. Boston to Depot. That's 8:40 p.m. Let's try the evening version of that. Let's see if that works. Oh, that's not it. That's something different. That's not it. Boston to Depot. All right, these are not the same. All right, you know what? Let me just stick with the one that I was looking at earlier, which is Route 66. Philly's hot right now. Yeah. All right, so what time of day? That was the 8:14. Let me look at the evening again. I would like to do something in the evening, but these times look different. I'm not sure about that. Unless this is a typo, I'm not really sure. All right, I'll just stick with the one that we were looking at last stream, and we'll give it a try. As far as sports go, yeah. All right. Yeah, it's been a while. I mean, Eagles won a Super Bowl 4 years ago. Well, 4 years, 5 seasons ago. And then they won the World Series 14 years ago. 2008 rather. 2008. You would like to see them win it? Okay. Yeah, I mean, obviously I hope so. It's been a while. All right, go via location, Wydette Circle crossing through the dry loop. All right, so we looked at this on my last stream. It was offered to us as a quick job, but I wasn't sure it was correct because what you're supposed to do is literally back up the train off the platform all the way down the line and through this loop before we proceed. And I was like, man, that seems like a long way to back up a train. So I got out of the train and let the AI do it. So an AI engineer jumped in the cab and she did exactly that. She backed up the train all the way down and through that loop. So I'm going to see if I can try that myself. All right, so let's see. We're doing a go via. A little bit of lag, I guess, while it's loading in the map. Yeah, I mean, this is tough because there's no cab car on the opposite end of this train. Usually the Boston commuter trains, the other train that runs on this line, you have a cab car at the other end. So I should be able to just switch ends. And, alright, I'm going to put that in reverse. And drive the other way rather than backing up the whole way. But the way this is set up, I can't. Because we don't have a cab car on this particular train, the Amtrak train. I don't think we want a cab light. Let's see what else. We'll put on the dust lights, though. How about that? MCB's already closed, I guess. Alright, before we pull out, though, I haven't done this in a while. I'm trying to remember what my safety systems are. So head-end power, I believe, allows the passenger cabins to have lights. Okay. Then ATC and access, we're going to turn those on. And turn on the alerter, because I always run all those safety systems. Marker lights, do we need marker lights? I'm not sure about marker lights. Alright, so I watched some of the Thursday night game, King. Sorry about that one. I think they said that's the first time Brady's lost 3 games in a row for like 20 years. Alright, 2 toots for safety. Release the brakes. Turn off that bell. In reverse. And a little bit of throttle. Let's go. Does that brake that direction? It looks like it is. Try this way. Alright, clearly I still forgot to do something. There we go, brake switch. I have to charge the brakes in passenger mode. King says, yeah, tough loss. I'm hoping they can rebound. 3 and 5 is not where they want to be. No. Alright, that's better. So we got a long backing maneuver here. Guess I should check my switches. Alright, I don't have any switches I can control. Pretty clear. Sailing. So we hit this loop. That's our objective. Let's give it a little more power. Alright, almost clear the platform. Where'd all the passengers go? So, King, you've been playing NHL? I think you said you've been playing a lot of sports games, right? King says, off and on, I started a franchise with the Lightning. Okay. Alright, line speed showing 10. Make sure I don't violate that. Actually, ATC and access just also restricted me to 10, now 15. Okay. King says, trying to get trains from World 3, but no luck yet. Oh no? Trying to get it on sale, you mean, King? No, got bills to pay. I hear you. Alright, it's a rather sudden reduction to 5. Cab signaling says 20 though, so should be alright. I understand that, King. Bills come first, right? Restriction back to 5. Alright, we'll just coast. What's that telling me there? Telling me I'm in penalty territory, that's what it's telling me. Well, if you're lucky, King, maybe by the time you have enough bills cleared to be able to buy it, maybe it'll be on sale. There's always holiday sales usually. you know, coming up this time of year. I mean, I know on Steam they usually have good sales heading into the holidays, and even just after the holidays. But I don't know, you know, what kind of sales you catch on PlayStation. I assume you're buying it for PlayStation, right? Do I like 3 better than 2? Yeah, I mean, I like it. They made a lot of, you know, interesting additions and changes. So, yeah, I think it's pretty good. I mean, for the money, basically, you know, you're getting 3 new routes. So, yeah, I think it's okay. Either PlayStation or Xbox? Oh, okay. So whichever goes on sale first, I guess? Yeah, that's the plan. Gotcha. Alright, 300 yards to our go via location, our checkpoint. Yeah, actually I need to go on the Dovetail site and check what this update is that I just got. Not really sure. Alright, red signal here. Let's bring that to a halt. Hang on. Oh, is that not my red? That is my red. So what is the problem here? Starting to rain too. Stop in location, Amtrak runner. Alright, that signal there just went yellow for us. Alright, so that's one of the other new features that you get now, King. We got dynamic weather in the middle of services. We used to only get those in scenarios, but now we get them. We get it in service mode also. Very cool looking. Yeah, matter of fact, where's my wipers? Oh, there. Wow. Visibility went quick, didn't it? Jeez. You also get thunder and lightning now for the first time. We didn't used to have that in the past. Matter of fact, I heard they just recently changed the lightning because they thought the lightning bolts were too close to the player. The lightning used to always be pretty much right on top of you. I hear it, I just don't see it. Let me watch my signal. So red light ahead at 600 yards, okay. That is awesome, I definitely have to get this. Yeah, I think it's, you know, it's got some issues, you know, like all new games. It's been out about a month and a half now. But yeah, I mean, if you like the previous ones, you'll like this one. This way. All right, 400 yards and change. Hello, Nectar. Welcome. How art thou? Doing good. How about yourself? And Spoopy Naps, hello. You think I could sleep on the Weekend Express? Yes. Yeah, you don't have to drive, Spoopy, so yeah, you can sleep. Take your pick. Big old long train here to sleep on anywhere. Actor says, I'm good, had a few beers, watching streams and anime. Cool. Yeah, we're still just doing our first service of the night. I got started a little bit late because Steam ambushed me with an update. Spoopy said, ooh, even cozier with the rain sounds. Yeah, we got a little thunder and lightning going on right now, though, so maybe not totally cozy. All right, now 300 yards. To our checkpoint. What train is this? This is a, one second. This is an Amtrak service from between Boston and Providence. So we are driving this, the ACS 64 Amtrak Sprinter. I mean, if you're familiar with this region, you know, you see these all over the place. And this particular one has a special livery on it that Amtrak really produced. It is 50th anniversary livery featuring the game, Train Sim World. This train exists in real life. They actually did paint a train like this. So, yeah, it's a special anniversary livery that they designed. You know, promotional tie-in with Train Sim World. Well, in this case, Train Sim World 2. We're on Train Sim World 3 now. Your bro used to live there in Providence. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're doing... not that one. Yeah, actually, we're just taking this train out of service, and we're going to park it in the Boston Depot. So we're not going to drive down to Providence, but yeah, that's what we're doing. Nectar says, I'm sure I rode one in Providence and Boston. Okay. Alright, so let me look at the map here. Where are we going to next? Alright, so just checking my switches. But, yeah, good to see you folks. Hope everybody's doing well. I do have to do that one, it looks like. Hello, John Sansker. Welcome. It's Boston, yeah. Yeah, I guess if you are from that area, you can say that. But I'm sure I just offended an entire region of fine people. Alright, did I do that right? Looks like it. Alright, so reverse it to forward, because we backed up out of the station. To get to this point now, finally get to drive backwards. There's the brakes. Throttle up. John says, been here for a bit, but finishing eating, work some overtime, so 2 hours late. Oh, no problem. Thanks for lurking. Yeah, I'm just doing this particular service because the last time I streamed this, we were using the game's Quick Jobs feature, where basically you just tell the computer to give you a job at random. And it had dialed up this service, and I had never run this service before. Because you spend the first part of the service reversing the train for like, you know, a good 6,000 yards. And I was like, is that right? But, yeah, I guess it is right, because basically you're backing up into a section where you put it into like a horseshoe, from which it basically effectively turns the train around 180 degrees to drive another route. So I couldn't see that when we were You know, when we looked at it on the previous stream, and I didn't run the service because it was kind of at the end of my stream anyway. I just wanted to see, you know, what that feature would give us. You know, what quick. Oh, what the? Okay, so the train suddenly derailed at 3 miles an hour. Did I not set a switch? Oh, man. So there have been some... what happened? I'm not exactly sure. Well, what happened was the train derailed. But there are some bugs. Matter of fact, on Dovetail's website, they had a notification that they had been working on some reported derailments. Hello, Diamondback. Welcome. So either that's a derailment bug that they haven't fixed yet, or I didn't set the switches properly driving in that direction, but I feel like I'm pretty confident that I set the switches right. It's got to be a bug, yeah, because we found another bug like that last stream where I was trying to couple two cars together. And I tried it 3 times on stream, basically where, basically I was bringing, you know, coupling maneuver. Normally you try to keep the trains below 5 miles an hour. And I did it 3 times. Each time I did it slower and slower. And the last time I did it, I was driving at literally something like 0.06 miles per hour and it still derailed every time we made contact. So, yeah, there was a physics bug. But, yeah, they're aware of it. So, I agree. That's got to be a bug. Now, it is possible in that particular one that I might have missed changing one of the switches, but I feel like I changed the switches properly. So, the other thing I could have done was, while I was in the middle of that service, I could have done a mid-service save as a checkpoint, and I could have went back to that, but I didn't think of it. So, all right. So we're not gonna do that one again because it takes too long for me to back up the train to get into that area. Unless I do it out of the safety systems, then I can ignore the speed limit. Boy, now I really want to try that again. You know what? Let's see how fast I can drive. I might abort, but if I can drive fast enough to get back to that point, it might be worth doing. All right, let's try it again. So, speed run. Yeah, when I run services, I normally drive with all the safety systems enabled because it's, you know, that's realistic, you know, and that's how I like to play simulators, as realistic as possible. And the safety systems all kind of, you know, allow you to basically not wreck the train in case something happens. You know, they don't allow you to ignore signals and you know, break the speed limit and things like that. So, I normally choose to drive that way. I'm going to leave them off this time so I can kind of, you know, get back to that point quicker. And then see if the same thing happens again. Anyway, Diamondback, how you doing, man? Hope your week went well and you're ready for the weekend. All right, so back here again. We will turn on head and power. Now, these are 2 main safety systems, ATC and Access. I will not activate them this time. Normally the alerter, which is like a dead man switch, I won't activate that either. But what I will do is, Spoopy Naps, are you still hanging out? I did, yeah, that's okay, I don't have to do that. Spoopy Nap said that, they were ready for a nap. So I was going to walk back here and say, Spoopy, pick your seat. So, yeah. This looks like a different class than the previous car. Now, it doesn't tell me if this is first class or not in this particular train. Most of them do, though. They're either labeled, or when you point at the seat, it tells you first class seat or something. Alright, so I'm guessing these are regular coach seats, the green ones. And I'm guessing blue is like first class. Or you know what else? It'll probably tell me. They'll probably say so outside. Yeah, coach class is this. Whereas 2 cars up, that probably was first class. Business class, excuse me, not first class. But what you also have is, a little further back, there should be a dining car. Yeah, this one's a dining car. You can tell by the tables. Yeah, food service car. Close the door. Go. So I'm not sure Spoopy Naps would find sleeping in a dining car very comfortable, but yeah, that's kind of what you have here. All right, so let's go back to the cab and let's try that again. Oh, I can't go all the way through because there's no direct passenger connection between the locomotive and the passenger cars. All right, put it in release. Brakes on release. 2 toots for safety. Throttle up. And Scut 29. Welcome to you. Scott says, is there a toilet? Scott 29, huh? That name is kind of familiar. I wonder if I know who that is. Is that you, Scott? With an alias? Either way, welcome. All right, so we're backing up a good mile and a quarter at this point. Trying to prove or test whether or not we had, because right before this we had a derailment doing this exact same thing. So I'm trying to figure out, is it a bug or did I forget to set a switch? So in this particular case, we're going to ignore the speed limits. So for most of the previous part of this maneuver, I was restricted to 5 miles per hour under the safety systems, which is excruciating. So right now we're doing about 20. Of course, we don't want to go too fast because we could also derail. But all I'm concerned with here is the signals. I don't want to spad. In other words, I don't want to run through a red light, because that is an instant mission failure condition in this, so to speak. Also, Scott29, I did not answer your question. The answer is no. The dev does not model the water closet, the head, the restroom in their particular sim. Alright, another 400 yards to our Govia. And then we'll go to the next checkpoint. We will stop, reverse the train, and then I will double and triple check the switches this time. Alright, so we're being held here by red. So maybe I got here too fast. We got here last time, it turned yellow as soon as I hit my checkpoint. Let's see if I can get a signal. Nope. Signal bypass. Dispatcher will not let me through yet. Let's look at the line map. Who are we waiting on? So we're backing up this way. Signal here is red. Oh, we're probably waiting for this train. This probably has cross traffic here, so we're waiting for him to get by, I guess. Or we might be waiting for this train to clear the track, because we want this track. Yeah, this looks like our ultimate destination here, so... Alright, so I guess we're waiting for this slowpoke to get out the way, and then we can have the track and we can back up onto it. And then I think what happens is we back up this way, and then proceed forward down the line to park the train, I guess. And all that clink, all that clanging basically is me. I guess me stopping here triggered a railroad crossing. Even though where does that road go? It doesn't go anywhere. Well, I guess it goes into this parking lot. Strange place seems like to put a railroad crossing, but I guess you kind of have to. Alright, so much for me breaking the speed limit backing up to this spot. I still gotta wait. Alright, so what are we waiting now? Alright, so this train is crossing. And this one is still pulling out. Let's run the camera up the line a little bit, see what we can see. Alright, so that's the end of our train. Alright, so that's one of the Boston commuter rails, not an Amtrak line. So he's pulling out at about 5 miles an hour. And then I think we were waiting for this train to clear our track that we need to back up onto before we can turn around. He's also doing about 5 miles an hour. Alright, so that one's clear. Are we clearing soon? Hopefully. Alright, we're still red here. But we're looking to come up this track marked in green. That's our path to our checkpoint. So when we derailed a minute ago, it's possible that I didn't set one of these switches correctly. There's a lot of switches going through here. So that's also a possibility. I mean, it could be the bug, or one of the bugs that Dovetail's been talking about. Seems like a lot of Train Sim World players have been seeing derailments, unexplained derailments. Another train coming in rather, so we're still waiting. Okay, looks like we went yellow. Alright, we can finally go. Continue. Release the brakes, still in reverse. Throttle up. Long reverse maneuver. Actually, you know what? Before we go any further, let me check the switches again. All right, so this is supposed to be our path. All right, so we're coming this way. That way. There. That looks normal. Alright, that looks good. I mean, our switches are preset already, it looks like, to the path we need. Alright, so I guess our dispatcher already set us up. And we're going to that checkpoint and stop and turn around. Alright, let's keep going. toots for safety. Let everybody know we're moving again. EK Cummings, welcome. How you doing? EK says, and save check. Ah, good reminder, thank you. Yeah, that's what I did not do last time I tried this. I forgot to actually make a save checkpoint. Especially now that Dovetail gave us back save games, which we didn't have for a while. Matter of fact, I think ever since the game released, we didn't have saves. Until just a couple weeks ago. EK says, yep, doing fine. Good. Welcome to Friday, EK. John says, oh, you were talking about sales earlier. Spider-Man Remastered is 20% off on Steam right now. Nice. You know, John, I didn't even know they had that on PC. I thought that was a PlayStation exclusive. I didn't know it had been released to Steam. But it just came out. Oh, okay. Cool. It just came out and we're getting 20% off? That's pretty good. August 12th. All right, a little bit longer than a checkpoint. All right, made it that way. Save checkpoint, like EK Cummings said. Let's do that right now. Game saved. All right. Now, they did give us saves back, but with a caveat. So, let's turn on the wipers while we're here. Cursor to forward. Let's see. I'm seeing a red signal at 151 yards. John says, I'll wait till Christmas for 50% off. Oh, okay. All right, so let's check the route again, going this way. So now we're heading southbound again. So, green, green. This way. Now that's the track I came off of, so I need to divert this one. And then I need to divert that second switch past that. And then this one to stay on the green switch, green line. And that should be it. Yeah, that's it. So, and then we're going to this checkpoint. So I swear I did this before. I swear I set these switches correctly. Excuse me. I mean, I can always go back and look at the VOD just to make sure after stream, but I mean, it's not that hard to do this part, as long as you're paying attention. All right, that looks correct. All right, let's go. 2 toots for safety. Versus in the forward. Throttle up. And hey, Katie. Welcome. I could say to slow down a little bit, though, couldn't I? So we did kind of break the speed limits to get to this point, but what I probably should do is stay below 5 miles per hour, because that's what the speed is here in the yard. Hang on a second. Am I going the right way? I don't feel like I am. I feel like I made a mistake. Let's take another look. I mean, the map says I'm going the right way, but I swear it looks like I'm getting ready to drive right into a building. How are you? Doing good, Katie. We're retrying this first service of the night that I did a minute ago that we derailed on. So I'm trying to figure out if it was if the derailment was a bug or if I forgot to set one of these switches properly. But hang on. Yeah, so look at that. So here's my train. Are we just going to drive right through the building? I guess. I guess we are. That's kind of odd. Okay, game, if you say so. Now, I also think that we had already derailed by the time we got here. The doors should open. You would hope so, John. I guess we'll find out in a minute. But the problem is when I just ran the camera in there, it doesn't look like it has any internal modeling. But let's see what happens. And hello, Neil. Welcome to you. Okay, game. There we go. So yeah, it's it's obviously a bug. Service is broken, but there is a workaround. Is there? What's the workaround, Neil? Tell me. Because this is the second time I tried to do that maneuver and we derailed both times. Also, while we're waiting for that to refresh, folks who enjoy train simulators, check out our friend Neil TV8. Neil says, so if you go through it, you would technically derail. Yeah. And hey, Patrick, welcome to you. So, what's the workaround then, Neil? Would I then let's reload that. Would I map myself a route around it? I mean, there's plenty of switches in the yard. I can obviously plot a different course, I guess. All right, so our save point looks like it worked. All right, so that's good. Glad to have save points back. All right, release the brakes. Well, let's check the map again before we do that. Neil says you would go to an empty track real quick, do to there is an MBTA train coming to park there. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, the MBTA commuter trains. I don't see any at this point in time. We did see, before we got here, we did see quite a few coming back and forth. I had to actually wait at a red for them. But ultimately, we need to get here, right? So, is there any other way for me to get there? Alright, so this is where we ended up a minute ago, and it was I mean, could I go around and come back? Like go around this way and come back up? Would they let me do that? I mean, there's a parallel track here. I tell you what, let's drive down there and then we'll see. Alright, so let's start from where we are now. So we're coming through here, this switch, this switch. Alright, that's correct. This way, this way. Now, normally we're supposed to go that way. And then this way. And then that way. But I think right here is where we get to the building. So I mean, if we get to this switch, I guess I can see if I can go around this way. So we can try that. Let's get within eye shot of the building and then see what we can do. Brakes released. Throttle up. Yeah, but this would be the third time I've tried coming through here. The first time, though, I derailed. I didn't even get that far to be right in front of the building, so that's suggesting to me I may have not set one of the switches properly, which is why I derailed. So I might have two different derailments for two different reasons. And hello, San! Welcome! Late night hour for you, San. Alright, my switches look okay. I don't know what the problem would be right now. Katie says I'm trying to write down all my Flight Simulator external payware so I can replace it when ready. Oh, okay. You got a lot, Katie? Oh, and I just got the Night Owl achievement on MSFS Xbox. Oh, yeah? These power cuts are messing up my sleep schedule, says Sam. Oh, okay. Alright, so I can see the building. I'll tell you what, let's stop here for a second. Alright, so... Sam, we're driving the ACS 64 with the Train Sim World 2 livery. Which I don't think I've actually run this in the service since it came out. Alright. And for those who joined late, this is a real life service. Livery, rather. Amtrak did paint a car like this in real life to honor the game, Train Sim World 2. Of course, now we're on Train Sim World 3, but yeah, that existed in real life. Anyway, alright, so... Right now, okay, this switch is telling me go here. But when we came through here, last time it derailed. So if I keep going to the right, I'm going to keep hitting these other buildings. And this one is occupied. I can't use that. And I don't know if I can get this far around. And these are also buildings, so... Yeah, I don't see another way to get through. What about you, Neil? Do you see a way to get through? Because I don't. I mean, there's a free track here, but other than that. Also, where's the checkpoint? Oh wait, the checkpoint is inside the building. It's actually here. So... Yeah, I don't think there's another... yeah, this service looks like it's broken to me. I don't see a way to actually get through. But you know what? We're here now. Let's try. Let's just go ahead and push it through. See if the same thing happens. Well, that one derailed before I got there. So, yeah, there's bugs. All right. You would get the last car on that marker. I'm not sure I understand what you mean. But, all right. 3 strikes are out. We tried that 3 times and we can't really get through. So, all right. Well, add another one to the to-do list for Dovetail. But you know what? Since we were driving on the Boston line, let's see if we can get a regular service running. Let's do something in the evening. On the other side of that building, it has been reported most of the time. Oh, okay. I mean, I don't even know how that service is supposed to work. Are we literally supposed to drive through that building? Otherwise, I mean, they didn't give us another route. But, you know, 2 times I derailed before I even got to the building. That 3rd time I derailed once I tried to drive inside of it, so. Yeah, that one's broke. All right, let's see what else we can do. So this looks like the last service to Providence from Boston. Let's grab that. Try a night run. Kind of close to real time here. Here on the East Coast. All right, Amtrak Northeast Regional from number 67 from Boston to Providence, starting at 9:29 p.m. 9 cars. All right, so since we are doing a full regular passenger run, I am going to set up full safety systems. All right, so reverser handle in. Brake mode is set to passenger. Turn on ditch lights. Turn on my front headlight. Dust lights, please. Let's open the right side platform doors. All right, load cycle has commenced. That's some weird textures in here. What's going on there? That's odd. All right, well, let's see. So we'll turn on head-end power. That gives our passengers lighting. I'm going to turn on ATC and access. Hopefully I won't regret that, but we'll see. Turn on the alerter. Let's see, anything else I need to do in here? Don't think so. Katie says, yep, I got a lot of airplanes. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have any payware airplanes. I do have some of the other freeware, you know, mods and whatnot. But considering how little I actually play Flight Simulator these days, it doesn't make sense for me to start buying payware yet. All right, lock the doors. All right, release the brakes. I'm in the wrong gear. I thought I was in neutral, but I was in reverse. Let's go forward and throttle up. Kitty says, I'm looking for the appropriate P28. Oh, excuse me. The Pregio P28 and the Cessna 404. Oh, okay. All right, signal aspect just got upgraded to clear. Track speed at this part of the line is 10 miles per hour coming off the platform. All right, that's the alerter. Yeah, Katie, one of the payware aircraft I was tempted to buy was one of the P-28 arrows. They have a couple different ones out there. I was just trying to figure out which one I might want, but... Alright. In-cap signaling tells me my line speed is 15. Let's go to 15. Cheating a little bit. I have the Piper Warrior. That's nice to fly. Yeah, there's a couple different varieties of the Pipers. I got exposed to them, I guess. I just saw some guy streaming on Twitch at random. And I just really liked that plane. He seemed to be really enjoying it. So I started, looking into them. But I never did pull the trigger on it. Line speed is 30 here, but we got to stop coming up inside 1,000 yards. Katie says, I got my Warrior free from a Twitch giveaway. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, free is good, right? Yeah, that's a nice plane. I would love to get that for free. That was a weird camera glitch. How'd that happen? Let's try that again. I think the camera popped me outside for a minute. Wait, can we actually run the camera up here? Not very far. Whoa! I broke the third wall or whatever. Yeah. I'm not supposed to be here, obviously. Okay. Somebody forgot to place an invisible wall, I guess. Oh well, it happens. Katie says another plane I want to try is the MD-82 Mad Dog. Don't think I'd know that one. Man, my camera's like in jail. I can't move the free cam. Forget it. Put me in camera jail. Neil says I have, pardon me, I have the Phoenix A320 and the PMDG 737. I fly those a lot. Yeah, those I've seen both of those. Our friend Cyan, I don't know if he's still hanging out, but he I think he also has the that particular 737. All right, we're clear to 60 right now. John Samsko says, Antonov, AN2 or nothing. Is that Russian, John? Sounds Russian. I don't know that one. Oh, there's Sand. Sand says I have the 737, but my favorite is the Honda Jet, yeah. All right, clear to 120. Let's go max throttle. There's Poopy Naps. Spoopy Naps, you missed my tour of the coach area behind us. I was trying to find some place for you to sleep. Spoopy says, I have to go do some stuff, but we'll leave a lurk. Okay, Spoopy. Thanks for dropping in. I will talk to you later. Neil says, I know there's an A310 coming next month, and I want to fly that. Yeah, I need to get back into Flight Sim. I have not been able to find the time to play it. I think the last time I really was playing it somewhat steady, you know, off stream, because I wasn't streaming it, was right around like March or April. I haven't really been playing it since then. All right, 110, accelerating. Spoopy Nap says, yeah, we got a treadmill and I've had the itch to do some exercise from home, so I'm excited about it. Nice. Sand says, Neil, is that the one coming free from Flight Sim A310? Neil says, yes, it's from any builds with the 40th anniversary update. Cool. Poopy Nap says, I would go to a normal gym, but I would rather avoid interacting with people for obvious reasons. Obviously. Whatever works for you. As long as you're meeting your goals, I guess, right? All right, so we're doing about 115 now. so as far as high-speed rail travel in the U.S., we don't have that much of it, especially compared to Europe. But, yeah, Amtrak Springer is probably about the closest that we get. Especially on the East Coast. Alright, so we're on a downhill grade now. Let me add a little bit of dynamic brake. Keep us under 120, our current limit. Alright, upgrade to 125 now. Give her some more power. Except I'm going to miss my stop. I'm enjoying the speed too much. Neil says, I was waiting on DTG to do the Acela. That would be great on this route. Yeah. Yeah, overshot, so blame chat. Always blame chat. I mean, we are doing the equivalent of texting and driving when we stream, so... yeah. Alright, put it back in reverse, see if we can... I don't know if we can actually get back to the station. I don't think we passed another signal, but let's see what we can do. I mean, I only overshot by 0.6 of a mile. Now, I've missed stops before, but that's probably a record for me. I don't think I've ever gone 0.6 of a mile. Train race! He wins. Alright, I think we're going to get away with this one because there's no signal for me to spad on between here and the platform. So we'll be okay. That's 1 kilometer, says John Sansker. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. 0.6 of a mile is a kilometer. You're right. Good thing you didn't pass that signal ahead. That would have been read the next time. Yeah. Yeah, as soon as that signal would have been knocked down, I would have been screwed. You're right. All right, good enough. Got away with it. All right, so to make sure that I don't spad going backwards, let me set the reverser back to forwards now. But yeah, clearly I felt the need for speed. I was too busy going fast to even bother about where the stop was. Cyan says, yep, no texting and driving. Well, we kind of have to, Cyan. It's our job, right? I mean, when you're a streamer, that's pretty much what you do. You text and drive. Pretty much. Too bad we can't walk all the way through. But yeah, I always did like the ACS 64 because they modeled the engine room. We don't get that too much, except with the other German trains. But yeah, we don't see that too much anymore. But we did advertise a weekend express, so I figured I owed people express service speeds, I guess. Neil says, I was driving a Class 101 scenario, and I managed to overshoot and got the train back without overshooting the signal. Nice. I like the Class 101. Yeah, it's actually one of my favorites. I like the manual gearbox with the. Well, you are talking about the one that came originally with. Was it Northern Transpennine? And Tix Carey, hello, welcome to you. All right, coming up on that signal that we luckily did not pass last time. Line speed is 125 here, so I'm just going to go full throttle. Keep an eye on our next stop, which is, 29 miles. Okay. So we only have one more stop, I think. Let me check the schedule. Yeah, we only have one more stop. So this really is an express. It only had one stop coming out of Boston. Technically two, I guess. That was in Great Western. The Class 101? I'm confused. I forget which one you mean. Remind me at the end of this service, we'll look it up. Because I'm thinking of the one that either came up with Northern Transpennine. I'm thinking of the British Class 101. It either came with Northern Transpennine or... What's the other old heritage route that we get? Similar to Northern Transpennine. I can't remember the name right now. Because I drive those very rarely. Tix Carey, how are you tonight? Came with Diesel Legends pack. I don't actually have the Diesel Legends pack, and I do have the Class 101. So I'm not sure we're talking about the same train. But we'll look it up. But, I mean, we have so much... Tees Valley, thank you. It was either Tees Valley or Northern Transpennine, the one I'm thinking of. But, what am I thinking of? I mean, there's a BR, a Deutschbahn 101, right? A BR 101. That's the only other 101 I know in the game. But yeah, when I drive the Class 101, the British one, Because I don't drive Northern Trans Pennine and Tees Valley that often. I actually like driving it on West Somerset. Because, you know, I guess they layered it on the West Somerset, so it works good on West Somerset. And it kind of, to me, I always thought it really fit the personality of the line. So I like driving it on West Somerset. But Neil, how do you like that Diesel Legends pack? I never did pick that one up. I'm not sure why. Because I know quite a few other streamers who do have it and seem to like it. All right, so we're cruising at 125 now. So I think we can now say the Weekend Express is officially officially running right now on the stream. We're finally on the Express. All right, downhill grade. Let me add speed brake. It's a good pack, says Neil. Okay. I have to take a second look at it, because when it first came out, I can't remember why. To me, it just didn't seem like a good value, so I didn't get it. I'm trying to remember what it was that didn't sell me on it. But yeah, I'll take another look at it. Oh, look at the fall foliage that we get along the line now. That's kind of like what my front yard looks like right now. I have like 3 big trees out in front of my house, and they all kind of look like that now. So, you know, one of the nice things about fall, when the leaves turn colors. I'm not a big fan of fall, mainly because I hate the idea that we're in a slow descent to winter. So I've never been a fall fan, because it's just slowly leading me back into winter depression. But it is pretty. Katie says, just downloaded hot air balloon for MSFS for when I get my PC back online. Yeah, I saw that. As a matter of fact, I was watching... What is that? There's a guy who runs a pretty big simulator YouTube channel, Blue Gaming, or Blue Games, I think it is. Just last week, a couple days ago, Katie, I saw a video he did where he was showing the hot air balloon. So it looked pretty cool. You know, something different anyway. Starting to rain now. Neil says basically it's an older British train. It's older British trains in a modern route. Oh, okay. All right. So I see here our line speed increased to, what is that, 150? But our cab speed is holding us at 125. So. Katie says BRB. Okay, Katie. wipers on. So any you other guys who play Flight Sim, or you know MSFS anyway, have you guys seen the that hot air balloon DLC that Katie was talking about, or mod? I'm not sure if it's a mod or a DLC. I mean, Cyan, you like to play those, you know, kind of really out there mods. You might like that. Cyan says, no, I haven't seen it, but I will check it out. Okay. If you guys remind me when we finish this service, which is just going to be in a few minutes here, I'll paste it in the chat. Paste a link so you can take a look at it if you want. So, real quick, while we're here, do some more shout-outs for starting off with our friend Cyan, who does Flight Simulator usually on Sundays, but he did a Flight Simulator stream, I think it was, what, Tuesday or Wednesday, Cyan? So kind of an off day for him to do Flight Sim. And he does other sims, you know, like Train Sim World and other things. Neil says, I had seen it. Oh, the balloon? The hot air balloon add-on? Cool. Wait, there's yellow. Is that ours? No, that's not ours. Our cab signal's still green. Okay. Yeah, I just caught it at random. Oh, you're welcome, Sam. You don't have to thank me, man. Nobody ever has to thank me for shout-outs. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate it. Yeah, I just caught it at random, Neil. YouTube recommended it to me. I hadn't even heard about it otherwise. All right, inside of 10 miles now to our final stop at Providence. Alright, reduction coming up to 110. Let's get down there now. Oh, you know what? One of the things that they did add to Train Sim World 3 that we didn't have before was sparks coming off of the pantographs and third rails. I don't spend that much time out of the cab, but I have been seeing it on the other lines. I don't know. I haven't seen it on this one yet. Oh, there we go. There's some sparks right there. I was just wondering whether it was only on the new Train Sim World, 3 routes. But this is a Train Sim World 2 Preserve Collection, whatever route. So I guess they did add it to the other trains, other lines, which is good. Alright, alerter. Making sure I haven't keeled over dead. Neil says I still haven't seen Sparks on Lear, Long Island. You know what? I'm not sure that I've driven Long Island since Train Sim World 3 came out. I think I've driven Harlem Line, but I don't think I've driven Long Island. Alright, cab speed reduced me to 60. Alright, we're good. Except I got my independent brake and auto brake confused for a minute. Hotkeys. Inside of 5 miles to our stop at Providence. Neil says Dovetail gave the M3 and M7 Harlem sounds, but modified them. Oh, did they? Okay. Yeah, actually, I had been using a sound mod for those when we were still on Train Sim World 2. I don't know if I picked up the sound mods for Train Sim World 3 or not. I'll have to check. Alright, approach medium, signal aspect change, which is 45. Alright, now reduction to approach. Come on, let's go. There we go. Alright, coming up on about 3 miles to Providence. Track 1. Still raining. So, you know what doesn't look too bad on this line at night anymore? I don't remember this being one of the lines that was drivable at night. But it doesn't look too bad. It's not too dark. You can actually see stuff. So that's pretty good. But Neil, Schnauzer Powers is the one who kind of got me into, applying sound mods to a lot of these trains. Especially once I found out how easy the mods are to install to this. I mean, it's pretty painless, to be honest. Almost as easy as it is modifying Microsoft Flight Simulator. Just take the pack and drop it into, literally one folder and you're done. It's easy. That's my kind of mods. Alright, coming up on 2 miles into our final stop at Providence, track 1. Still in a little bit of a downhill grade. I gotta watch my speed. Keep it under 30. Looks like even with that overshoot that I made in that last stop back there, we did pretty good on time. Looks like we're going to be pretty much right on time. We're due at 10:11 p.m. It's coming up on 10:09 p.m. right now. So did pretty good on time, even with that little faux pas. Welcome back, Katie. Yeah, Katie, you kind of giving me the itch to blow the dust off a Flight Simulator. So I think in the coming week, I think I'm gonna find some time to update it and take a look at it. I haven't looked at it since like March or April. It's been a really long time. To be honest, I don't know if I'm ever going to get back to streaming it. But I would like to keep my proficiencies up with what little proficiency I have. SU-11, we're getting helicopters apparently, says Katie. Excuse me. All right. Approach medium aspect, 45, but we're still running at 30, so I'm not going to change from here. Which is approach. And that reminds me, I need to study my U.S. signals again. So that's next month, says Katie. Oh, okay. And gliders as well, says Neil. Really? Wow. I gotta tell you, I don't know crap about gliders. I would have no clue how to fly a glider. I mean, I'm sure it's not easy. Sorry about that. All right, back to approach aspect. Holding below 30. Katie says, ooh, I want to try a glider. Yeah. I would like to try it, but there's a lot to learn. Hopefully. So, are we getting gliders officially in-game, Neil? Like from Adobo? Because if so, hopefully they'll add like lessons in the training menu. That would be cool. All right, inside. Coming up on 700 yards to our final stop. Providence Track 1. Katie says, I know I can tow a glider with my Cessna 182T. Oh, okay. All right, inside 500 yards to our stop. All right, sudden reduction in the cab, signaling to, as we approach the platform, to 20. All right, so we're coming in on a left side platform. All right, we made it. Unlock the left side doors. But yeah, I was really glad when they gave us the ACS-64 back, because we had lost it when they abandoned NEC New York after the migration from Train Sim World 1 to Train Sim World 2. And then we got the Boston line, we got the ACS-64 back. So I'm glad to have it back. I always liked driving it in NEC New York. Even though that route had all kinds of bugs with ACS access. The only thing I wish they would do is, we don't have a cab car. I wish they would give us the cab car back on this side of the train, because we did have a cab car on it for, you know, it came, the cab car for this train came with DLC in Train Sim World, well, with Train Sim World 1 originally, but we never got it on this line so far, the Boston line. So I wish they would give us a cab car back. That would be cool. Oh, gold medal. Nice. Even though I overshot, what was it, a kilometer? Said John. John Sansker. I think he calculated I overshot that one station by a kilometer, literally. But luckily I could back up. Let's see. Catch up on chat a little bit. Let's see. Neil says gliders are airplanes without an engine. Right. I mean, I know about them. What I mean is I don't know what it takes to fly them. Like, I wouldn't know what to do as a pilot. Katie says they have a battery engine, but they don't last long. Oh, okay. What is the battery for? I mean, they don't actually have a propulsion system, right? So I guess the battery would be for, like, avionics and stuff like that then. Katie says, will Q be streaming again soon? I miss his intro. I have no idea, Katie. Q streamed last Friday, actually, if I remember correctly. But I didn't see any plans on his Discord. So I don't know. You know how he is. I mean, he's so busy with work all the time, usually, that his schedule is, you know, totally ad hoc, I guess. All right, so real quick, I said I was going to get you guys the link to, for those who hadn't seen it, to the demo for the balloon add-on for MSFS Flight Simulator. So let me look that up real quick. Oh, the Class 101. The Class 101. So yeah, the one I'm talking about is... And I'm also glad they put the train list in a grid now, because it's so much less wasted space on the UI now. But this is the one I'm talking about, the Class 101 BLG. I like driving this one. This is the one that has the manual gearbox on it. But yeah, I can't remember if this came with Northern Transpennine or Tees Valley. I don't know which one it came with natively originally. Katie says, looks a lot cleaner now. The UI, yeah. There is another... Okay, and this is the other one-on-one I was talking about. The Deutsche Bahn BR 101. Which to be honest, I don't drive that very often. Do I even have that one? Distance traveled 0 yards. I haven't even driven it according to this. So yeah. Or at least not in this game I haven't. Although I think it ports over your stats from the previous release of the game. At least for me it did. Let me see. So if it tells me that I've driven the Talent 2, that says 141 miles. No, it didn't port over my mileage. Never mind. Because I had like thousands of miles on this train. Going all the way back to whenever. Lear... What this tells me I had the M7, the Lear M7, I have 235 miles. Huh. All right, I'm not 100% sure. The TGV is telling me I got over 2,000 miles. So, yeah, it seems like it ported the mileage over from your previous profile in Train Sim World 2. I mean, I could be wrong, but it seems like it. How can I tell? What for sure... Yeah, like, I don't think I've had time to drive the MBTA trains since Train Sim World 3 came out. So it must have brought my mileage over. Same thing with the GE44 from the Swiss line. Neil says it came with Northern Transpennine originally, then Tees Valley and Great Western. Okay. Okay, so it originated with Northern Transpennine. Got it. Okay. Crap, what happened? Hold on. Let me fix that. Oh, yeah, so, like, what is it? The BR363, I know for a fact I haven't driven that since Train Sim World 3 came out. So, yeah, it did port over my mileage. I wasn't sure, but, yeah, it looks like it did. All right. Let's grab another run. Find something else to drive. You know, I'm just out of curiosity, since you mentioned that, Neil. If I pick... Actually, let me go back and do it this way. If I pick... the Class 101... Okay, so it's showing me Northern Transpennine Tees Valley line. Okay. So let's take Northern Transpennine because that was the original. Okay, so then it only offers me Northern Transpennine routes. But if I pick the other version, this gives me Tees Valley. Also Tees Valley. Okay, so if I instead pick a route, so say I do West Somerset, right? And I like that they changed it where you can select services starting with the train first rather than always starting with the route first. But just curiosity here. So here's West Somerset. So if I take a timetable, okay, so yeah, it still appears here. So I can't pick up West Somerset from starting with the train, but I can do a West Somerset service and then pick the train. And it only gives me the Tees Valley line version. Okay. Katie says, does it still have the German clown horn train? The German clown horn? I'm not sure which one that is, Katie. Neil says, I avoided doing some German freight with the BR-185 because of derailment bugs. With the buffers, now they're fixing those bugs. Okay. Excuse me. Getting congested all of a sudden for some reason. Yeah, I've been seeing some derailment bugs for a few weeks now, Neil. Obviously, you saw them on stream here today. But last stream, I streamed this, we had a derailment bug because I did a quick service, a quick job, and it put me on Northern Transpennine, and I kept derailing trying to do a coupling. So yeah, there's some bugs. Oh, hopefully they fix it. Because I haven't really seen that many derailments, this many derailments since, in either Train Sim World 1 or 2. It's very hard to ever derail in those games. Alrighty, let's pick something else to do. Let's start with a train. Anybody have any requests? Choose a train. I very, very rarely take requests, but I'd be happy to do one tonight if anybody would like to see anything in particular. Oh, Katie, you were saying, does it still have the German clown horn train? Do you see that train here, Katie? Do you know which one it might be? Because I don't know which one you're referring to. Neil says, I spot one in a scenario in NTP. The buffers on the loco I was coupling to got deleted and went inside the loco. Wow. I haven't seen that. Jeez. But then again, I don't really play Northern Transpennine very often. I probably should. I mean, I paid for it. Kay says, I know it was electric. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, Kate. I wish I knew. So they give you a random mission if you pick quick jobs. It'd be cool if they gave you a random train, too. Let's see something I haven't done in a while, maybe. You know what? Let's do something on Scott Rail. I don't think I've ever done Scott Rail stuff on live stream. Now that I think about it. Because I waited a long time to buy it because I was waiting to get it on sale. And then once I got it, I've only really played it off stream. I don't think I've ever streamed the Scottish line. Wow, sure is a lot of services, isn't it? Or, you know what? Do I have any scenarios left that I haven't done? Oh, there's only services going this way. That's okay. We could do this, though. Cathcart Circle. Couldn't think of the name of the route. Alright, so I did the first two. I haven't done these other ones. These are kind of long services. And these two are bad weather services. Yeah, do I really want to do bad weather? Probably not. Yeah, let's take it. See how long it takes us to get through it. That might be the last service we do tonight. It says it's rated for an hour and 10 minutes. Or scenario, rather. All right, good afternoon. An incident occurred earlier this afternoon which has resulted in a failed train at Cathcart. You've been assigned to operate the replacement service to Newton. To begin, prepare this train for service. All right, reverser to neutral. I think I turned on the master key by accident with a hotkey. Don't know what I did, but okay. Headlights and marker lights. Oh, that one. Unlock the doors. Let's see, what do we have? Left side platform, of course. We're in Great Britain after all, or Scotland rather. Door release left. Let's see. Boy, I haven't driven this in a long time. Let's see, what other systems do we have? Door control on. TPWS on. Can't say I know those lighting sets. And incoming raid from Irascible Sup. Good evening to Sap and his raiders. Welcome, folks. Alright, so what else do I need to do to set up safety systems and whatnot here? Close the doors. Did I turn on the DRA? It is active, but I didn't turn it on. Katie says, ooh, you've been racing cars. Yeah, Sap was playing Need for Speed Heat. Oh, that's new. I don't think I remember seeing him play that before. Our headlights are already on. Looks like taillights are already on. Destination board's already set for Newton. All right, wipers. Train brake. All right, train brake is in release. Signal bell. Throttle, reverser to forward. All right, that's my AWS reset. Saps, thank you for the raid. Welcome. How'd your stream go tonight? I kept on lapping Kojo in his golf, says Sap. Wait a minute. Do I have a driver tour in that game? I don't even remember playing it, to be honest. I may have tried it, but I don't really remember playing it. I'm assuming you have that game. If I do, I don't remember having it. I mean, are you being serious? You saw me, my driver tour in the game? What's up? Because I don't remember playing that game. I really don't. Now, if you were playing Forza Horizon 4 or 5, you probably would see me for sure, because I've definitely played those in recent years. Neil, you have it as well? Cool. Because in the single-player races, one of the bots is named Kojo and usually drives a Mark 1 Golf. Well, if it was me, it would probably be Kojo 62. Because I'm pretty much Kojo 6'2" everywhere. So it might be a coincidence. I don't think that was me. I could be wrong, but I don't think it was me. But in any case, how you liking the game, Sap? Oh, that's right. I'm remembering now we're in Scotland. This route has a lot of grade changes, doesn't it? Pretty tricky grade changes. All right, I gotta stay on my toes then. And cows, says Katie. Sap says maybe it was one of the epic freebies once upon a time. I'm trying to think, do I have it on Epic? I'll have to look it up. You know what, old man brain, I really don't remember. I could have played it at a friend's house. One of my neighbors, I remember him and his wife, we were hanging out at their place for dinner one night, and after dinner, we were playing some games on, well, at the time, on his Xbox. He switched to PlayStation since then. And he was playing some kind of Need for Speed game. I can't remember which one it was now. And he just kind of stuck the controller in my hand one day, and he said, here, try it. I remember trying that. And, like, I had never played it before, and I ended up breaking some kind of record, like, right away. It was total beginner's luck. But I don't remember if it was that game or another one. Because I know they have different, Need for Speed games. Need for Speed, Hot Pursuit, and all these other ones. I mean, I can't keep up. Sap says, or maybe the game just interrogates your friends list and makes AI names based on your mates. Yeah. I guess it's possible. Katie says, I have it on Steam. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know I don't have it on Steam. I don't remember playing it on PC, but if I did, it was probably, like Sap said, if it was one of those things I grabbed it on an Epic Store sale, then I might have it that way, but I really don't remember playing it. But then again, I'm not the only Kojo around. I'm not even the only Kojo on Twitch. There's a guy, I just happened across his profile the other day, Kojo63. I was like, really? All right, set the DRA, open the left side doors. There's so many of them. My first one was 2 from the 1990s, says Neil. Oh, Need for Speed, you mean? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't even remember the ones I've tried now. All right, lock the doors. Can I open the windows here? I can. Okay, I'm in a conductor or engineer box. Can't open the other window from here. I release the DRA. Use the brakes. Throttle up. Oh, I don't like the cab lighting in here. That's pretty harsh. I was just trying to figure out where the switch was. Do I get a desk light in here? Cab lights are here. Okay. Indicator dimmer. Destination board has a light. Oh, wait. 0.7 of a mile to our next stop. I better pay attention. Sap says, I remember playing Need for Speed on the PlayStation. Oh, okay. This is before you had to specify PlayStation 1, yeah. When you just say PlayStation in that context, I assume that's what you meant. Katie said, I think I started my racing games with Screamer 2. It drove me up the walls, literally. I never even heard of Screamer 2, Katie. Oh, wow. We're pretty steep downhill grade here, 1%. Well, at least we got good brakes. Alright, decent stop. Hit the DRA. Left side platform. Wow, I can actually feel myself sitting on the hill. How do they do that in a sim? I can actually feel myself on the hill. Interesting. Something with the visual cues, I can't quite figure it out, but I can tell I'm on a hill. DRA off. Release the brakes. Throttle up.
Attention please. Photographic television and remote video monitoring is in use at this station for your personal safety and security.
Oh, they have station announcements here. Man, I wish they would put announcements on the trains. Kind of like they do on World of Subways. They've never done that, especially on the London Underground. That would be cool. Neil said, my first racing game was Need for Speed 2. Okay. Let's see. Oh, another quick stop, 900 yards. Okay. Sap said my first driving games were things like Outrun, Lotus Challenge, and Moonshine Racers, etc. on the Spectrum and later on the Atari ST. Okay. Man, at the risk of totally dating myself, I think my first driving game was Pole Position. If you can even call that a driving game, I don't think you... I don't think it qualifies these days. I think it's an arcade game. But other than that, what else did I used to play as far as driving games? I don't even remember now. All right, not bad. Stop. All right, let's see what else. Sap says, my favorite driving game on the ST has to be the one that's simply named Vroom by Lancor. Okay, I don't know that one, I don't think. Well, I don't know Lancor. Vroom actually rings a bell. It sounds kind of familiar. Katie says, Outrun, I played that on an arcade machine in Blackpool.
If you see anything suspicious, please tell a member of staff or the police.
Sap says it was better than the official F1 game. Oh, okay. Katie says, I like the Scottish accent. I wonder if Train Sim has Irish lines. No, we don't have... Well, I don't know about Train Simulator Classic, but... Yeah, we don't have anything in Ireland and Train Sim World yet. Alright, I'm doing a crap job with my schedule. Let's add some more speed. I'm driving like somebody's grandma. Alright, clear signal ahead. Anticipating a reduction of 20, not now though. Sap says the most fun driving game I ever played had to be the original Micro Machines. Driving mini cars around the kitchen, toilet seat, etc. Oh, that sounds cool. I know Micro Machines, but I never even knew they had a video game. Right side platform. Oh, this is the line that has all the little yeah, I remember the train flower pots. They had these as collectibles. I actually think this is one of the lines where I went through and got all the collectibles in Train Sim World 2. I don't know if we have to do them over again in Train Sim World 3. I'll have to check that. Nice. Yeah, they're kind of cute, aren't they? Alright, release the DRA, throttle up. Yeah, I remember Micro Machines too, Katie. But you know what? I never actually had Micro Machines myself. I think I was too old for Micro Machines when they came out. I grew up with Hot Wheels and Matchbox. I was a big Hot Wheels kid. All right, so we're supposed to be reducing that 20 ahead. I might as well just stay there. Then again, we are running late. Maybe I should pick up a little speed while I can, and then break back down to 20. All right, got down to 26 before we crossed the sign. But yeah, I'm already like 3 minutes late. All right, stop ahead at Kings Park. Oh, that wasn't my stop. Oh, fake me out. I thought that was my stop. Kings Park, not that one. Sap says it was one of those games where suddenly you wished you bought the PlayStation that came with 4 pads because it was great to play on a night in with some beers and your mates. Yeah. Wow, couch co-op you're talking about. Or couch multiplayer anyway. Yeah, we don't see games like that anymore. Even the current Halo. Because Halo was always a big split-screen multiplayer game. And I remember reading how when Halo... What's the current one? Halo Infinite? When Halo Infinite came out, people were pissed because Microsoft basically abandoned... Or not Microsoft. 343 basically abandoned split-screen multiplayer. Split-screen co-op. Now, it's been years since I would even be in a position to play anybody on split screen, but some people were really upset that they didn't have the option anymore.
Smoking is not permitted.
Neil says you don't. The progress carries over, but some routes have the achievement, so if you want to get those, you would do them in a new platform. Oh, are you talking about the collectibles, Neil? Couch multiplayer. Yeah. Katie says the original Halo was made by Bungee Cord, I think. Yeah, Bungie. Just Bungie. Yeah, Bungie did Halo until Halo 3? No. Yes, Halo 3. And I think 343 took over when Halo 4 came out. Because Bungie went on to do Destiny, right? If I remember correctly. Neil says, yes, same with tutorials and scenarios if you completed them all in TSW2. Okay. Yeah, because I I did port my profile over when, you know, I started the game. But I wasn't sure if collectibles were part of what they brought across. I am not trusting my brakes. I gotta learn to trust my brakes. We're going out and stretching our virtual legs.
All times. Trains pass through this station at high speed and can cause turbulence.
Yeah, here's a collectible right here, the newspapers, so yeah. Yep. I did get them. Where's the flower pot? Up there. Also, another really small, subtle change they made. Yeah, I got that too. Another small, subtle change they made was they also default you on foot to run. I don't know if you guys noticed that. Did that wrong. At least on mine, the default is now run. And I have to use shift to walk at a slower pace when I'm on foot. Oh, DRA. Duh. Yeah, it says shift to run, but shift makes you walk, yeah. Yeah, they changed the behavior, but forgot to change the label. All right, 1 mile to Burnside. But you know what? I'm okay with that. Because when I was on foot, I was always holding shift anyway, because walking is... Your default walk speed is way too slow. So I'm okay with that. But they did kind of do the cameras the opposite. So you still have to hold shift now to accelerate the free cam. But at least on foot, you don't have to do that anymore. Trust the brakes. Katie, you said I'm not sure. What's that to? I'm sure it was something we were talking about related to Halo, but I just don't remember. Was something with Halo? Okay. Yeah, I don't remember either. Oh, I think it was me saying that Bungie now went on to do Destiny. Yeah, that's what they did after they left Microsoft. All right, big uphill grade pulling this way. I still didn't figure out. I was trying to figure out where the lights were. Instrumentation lights. Doubt they would be there. Headlights, destination board lighting, lights and marker lights. Foot marker. Indicator dimmer. Cab lights. Pantograph. Maybe on the switch behind me? Or the board behind me? Alright, so we're about 5 minutes behind schedule. Pretty crappy by me. Still love seeing the new stop hand symbol. And hello ADR, welcome. Yeah, I'm glad they finally changed the stop markers from the Govias. Because I used to always get those confused. I only wish now they would color code them. What are you looking for on the board behind? I was just wondering where the switch was for instrumentation lighting. Like if I was driving this late at night, was there an instrumentation light? Because I don't actually drive the this route very often. I don't think I've ever driven it on stream before. This is my first time driving it on stream. So I'm not super familiar with all the controls. Vestibule light. Okay. Vestibule light fluorescent. Oh, it's two of them. Cab heater. Lighting set. I doubt it's that. Crap. But yeah, I figured out the cab lights, but they're like really harsh. I probably would never use that light. But I was just wondering, was there like, you know, instrumentation lighting or desk lights or whatever else they have in here? I'm not really sure. I think the dimmer's on the left side under the door buttons. Under the door buttons. Oh, my instrumentation lighting is on. Okay, so it's already on. Oh, the door buttons. Okay, yeah, I did see this one. I guess there's no desk light then. So it's just low and high. There's no on or off to it. Okay. Gotcha. Now see how dark it is? That quick? Yeah, it's pretty dark in here without the main cab light. We'll need light in tunnels or it's dark, yeah. Yeah, I don't think I have a choice. This light is pretty harsh, but it doesn't seem like we have another light. Because in a lot of train cabs, what I usually do is I usually leave off the main cab light because it tends to always be too bright for me. But most other trains usually have some type of instrumentation lighting or desk lighting that gives you just enough, you know, spillover glow that you're not totally blind, you know. Wait, are we getting red before we get to the platform? Or is that after the platform? Can't quite tell. Looks like after, okay. ADR says, alrighty, I'll catch you later, heading to bed. Okay, ADR, thanks for peeking in, man. Have a good weekend. Neil says, I use the instrument or desk light. Cab lights are harsh to drive with them on. Yeah, exactly. Exactly my point. But in this particular cab, I don't see another option. It is after, says ADR. Okay. Yep, good night. Do not spad! Oh my god, I got so close. 2 yards? Oh, it wasn't that close. It looked close. Oh man. 2 yards is not that close. But I was driving another route since this has come out where I got within I thought it was 2 yards, but it might have been 2 feet because I changed the scale back to yards. I got within 2 feet of the light, and even though I didn't cross it, it still counted me as a spad. So that's what I saw there. I saw 2 yards. I was like, oh man, it's going to make me spad. All right, nice work. This service terminates here. Your final task for today is to operate the return service to Glasgow Central. Okay. All right, so what do you want me to do? Stop in location, Newton Turnback Siding. Where would that be? ahead of me. Am I cleared to proceed? I guess I am. HUD says green. This says red, though. Oh, never mind. Let's see. The two white lights. All right. Let's see. Where's the brakes? So we can go forward. GG, Katie, you got another duck? Why is it I can get the duck but not the bomb? Yeah, bomb disposal is not your calling, I guess, Katie. That's all there is to it. You have 16 of them. Good Lord. All right, so at least this stop marker is a good ways away from the buffer. So to Neil's point, we don't have to worry about tagging the buffer, I guess. All right, shut down the train. Headlights to taillights. Reverser to off. Master key to off. Change ends. All right. Kay says, yep, bombs are not my thing. I guess not. How many cars do I have to go through? Oh, just 3. Train's not that long. Master key. Reverser. Lights to headlights and marker lights. Is that all there is to it? You know what? I was going to turn on AWS TPWS back on, but I think I remember reading it. It's not actually implemented on this line. If anybody knows, let me know. Forget the speed limit. We're going to make up some time. I don't need the SAP score shaming me for speeding. SAP. Wow, good crowd on that platform. Look at that.
All our trains and stations are no smoking areas. Please do not smoke until you have left the station premises. This includes...
You know what? I didn't close the window in the other cab when I switched ends. Wow, it's a pretty steep grade in this direction. I didn't realize that when we were coming the other way. 1.3%. This is going to lurk. Have a great stream. Thanks, Neil. Appreciate you being here, man. And let me grab the stop.
If you see anything suspicious,
And
tell a member of staff or the police.
another quick shout out for Neil TV8, who also is a very prolific train sim streamer on Twitch, and has a seems like a bottomless YouTube channel with all his content. So check him out. Alright, so we're still about 5 minutes behind schedule because I kept such poor on-time performance, you know, coming down this way. Now going back the other way, we're already 5 minutes late. So not my best service. If I can keep it under 10 minutes late by the time we're done, I'll consider that a win. Katie says trains never on time in real life anyway. Yeah. Still not trusting my brakes.
If you require assistance at any time, feel free to contact a member of station staff or use a help point.
Now I'm getting lazy about using the DRA. Shame on me. All right, DRA set. Do it properly. Safety first. Wait, our next stop is called Mount Florida? Huh. I didn't notice that coming down this way. Katie says I didn't know there was such a place. Yeah, me neither. Katie, have you been to Scotland? No, but you want to. Okay. All right, speed limit dropped to 20. 60, I wish. 20 here. Katie says, I want to cycle Hadrian's Wall. Yeah? Like on a bicycle? Yes? Okay. I'm not familiar with Hadrian's Wall. Katie says, I know you can't cycle in some places. You have to go through the village. Oh, okay.
Passengers are reminded that smoking is prohibited at all stations and on all train services. This includes e-cigarettes.
All right, next stop says Cross Hill. How many stops do we have coming back? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 more stops before we go back to Glasgow Central. We're already plenty late. I can't even calculate how late that is. 6 minutes at least. Sap says, so here's a driving game memory for the ages. Yeah, what's that? Sap says, who remembers the little glitch with the Suzuki Escudo Pikes Peak car, where if you set up a certain way, it did over 1,000 miles per hour on the last oval? No, it doesn't ring a bell with me. On Gran Turismo 2 or 3, I think it was. Really? Yeah, I didn't have Gran Turismo back in the day. That was, what, PlayStation? Or Nintendo? I forget what. what platform Gran Turismo was on, but I think it was an exclusive there, right? It was PlayStation? Okay. Katie says, I assume that means Gran Turismo? I have Gran Turismo Sport on PS4, but I lost the 2FA and got locked out. Ah. At least I got the Xbox? Oh, okay. All right, last stop coming up. Glasgow Central. All right, reduction to 25 coming up. Might as well just stay below it. Sap says, man, I remember playing SimCity on Atari ST, and the copy protection back then was input the code at X position from this booklet made of brown photocopier good paper. Yeah, I don't even remember that. But yeah, I do remember the different kinds of kooky copy protection they used to have on games back then. I mean, now people complain about, DRM and stuff, but most of the DRM stuff now is automatic. You don't have to do anything about it. You only really notice it if it fails some kind of way. I mean, back then you'd have to look up product keys, or you'd have to input some kind of code at a certain time and all kinds of kooky stuff. And if you couldn't find your key or you failed the challenge or whatever, you were just SOL, you know? Wasted money. Man, look at all those red lights up there. Which one is mine? Goodness. Katie says, I remember you used to get cheat codes on a TV show called Game Master. Yeah, I don't remember that TV show, but yeah, we used to go out and have to buy books with secrets and stuff in them. The what do they call those manuals we used to buy? The Prima Guides. We used to buy Prima Guides. You guys remember that? And it was another company used to compete with Prima Guides. They made the same kind of books. Like the kind of stuff basically you just get on the internet now. We used to get books for. They would give you cheat codes, they give you secrets, they, you know, get you out of levels and things like that. Matter of fact, all the books I kind of got back there on the shelf, I bet money. Somebody remind me when I'm done this service. I bet money I got some Prima Guides back there. I'm sure of it, in fact. I don't use them anymore, obviously, but yeah, I mean, because I never really throw books out, so I'm sure I got some back there. Sap says, all that would come out, sorry, fat finger syndrome. Yeah. Remember games, and Sap says, I remember Games Master with Patrick Moore. Okay. Katie says, that got me through Tomb Raider 2. Yeah. All right, let me not hit the buffer up here. Because according to Neil, if I do that, the game will probably fail because I'll derail. God, it's pretty close. All right, left side platform. Unlock the doors. And we're done. Good work. That is all the tasks assigned to you for this afternoon. Let's see how you did. All right, gold medal. Wow, it was how late was I? And I still got a gold medal. That's like ridiculous. I was 7 minutes late. I thought I was going to be pushing 10, to be honest. But we got a gold medal. Let me see. How late did I start? Because I was... Man, I was 3 minutes late to the first stop. I was doomed from the beginning. Look at that. You know what that is? I'm going to blame that on Dovetail. That's setup time. That is like one of my number one complaints with Train Sim World, where they drop you in a service or a scenario, and it's like, okay, go. As I always say, right? It's like you don't get any time to set up your cab or anything. It's like start now or be forever late. And they have that on so many, routes. It's like, give me 5 to 10 minutes to set the cab up, to put the lighting on the way I want, to find the safety switches and turn those on and, whatever else, adjust my seat, whatever. It's like you have to drive right away. And I really... wish they could figure a way to, not do that. I've heard them talk about that on, Dovetail live streams about why it's a problem for them to not be able to do that, where something to do with the, what's the word? The AI dispatcher in the game and a bunch of other stuff. It's like, they can't, for some reason, they find it almost impossible to just start a service, but give you 5 minutes before the service to be able to set up and go. So, I mean, the old world of Subways games that I play, you start out a good 5 to 10 minutes before your service is due to start. I mean, I don't know why they can't figure it out. Anyway, let me catch up. What else? Katie said, I used to get stuck on that level you had to open the canal lock. Is that Tomb Raider, Katie? Sorry. Let's see. Stop doing that. Tomb Raider 2, says Katie. Okay. Sorry, I got lost in chat here because my scroll is acting up for some stupid reason. Sap says, yeah, we used to get codes from the gaming magazines for your respective home computer. ST format? I don't know what that means. For me, Amiga format for the Commodore fanboys. Gotcha. I never pay attention to any of that result stuff. I learned my lesson on that with career scenarios in Train Sim Classic. Really? Oh, okay. I just drive my train, and to hell if I didn't reach their targets. Katie says it's a bit of code to add. Maybe they're just lazy. No, I would never accuse Dovetail of being lazy. I do think, though, that their ambition often outscales their resources. Because they're not a big AAA development house, but they always have to-do lists that they can never satisfy. They just got too much stuff to do. I mean, there's always things that just, you go from one game to the other, Train Sim World 1 to 2 to 3, that are persistent problems that never get fixed from release to release, and they just never seem to catch up, But, I mean, I think they try. It's just, they just have so much that they need to get done. But that one thing really bugs me. I don't like starting a scenario and practically laid out the box. I don't like that. So, but appreciate everybody being here. Everybody have a great rest of your night and a good weekend ahead. I appreciate it. Take care.